had to sell my house because it was going to get foreclosed on if I didn't sell it. And then also ended up having to move back to my hometown and moved into a rinky little single wide trailer because that was the only thing I can afford. So
Well,
whenever I say like the industry, when I first got into it, it broke me mentally, financially, emotionally. And it was like, dude, I, it was just absolute chaos. Fast forward a couple months later, found out that my wife was pregnant with our now 7-month-old. And I told my wife, I was like, listen, we have a little bit of money here, but I know Unitrust is going to work. So go for it. All right. So I quit my job like a couple days later and I jumped in full time here November of 2024. November of 2024, I think I wrote like 11 grand in business. I was writing 11 grand. Oh, I had a conversation with Brandon Hall, who's co-owner of Unitrust and it's written over $2 million a year in simplified issue business on his own pen. I went from 11 grand in November to 29 grand in December, which I want to say I probably made like 7 or 8 grand that month. Anyways, it's 11 grand in November, 29 grand in December, 43 grand in January, and 33 grand in February. And then I had a record month. I wrote 66 grand in March. So starting from November of 24, again, wrote 11 grand to a couple months later in March, I wrote 66 grand. It means waking up early and going to the gym because I don't like it. I hate waking up early. It sucks. I don't like going to the gym in the morning. It also sucks. And so those things, doing what's hard, having those habits of, hey, waking up, getting my mind right for the day. So understand that it takes time and it takes conscious effort to kind of shut that part of the brain off. How you do that is by focusing on the process, focusing on the work, not necessarily the results. Focus 100% on the daily actions required to win, and the wins are going to come. Whereas if you're just focused on the process of what you are doing, controlling what you can do, hey, did I go through my script at an acceptable speed? Like I didn't fly through it because I'm too anxious, or I didn't go through it too slow because I'm like all sluggish. Like you're very, very mindful of taking people through the process. And if you can focus on that process and not worry about whether they buy or not, a lot more people are going to buy. Number one, because if you're anxious about doing the work, you're going to avoid the work a little bit. So it takes away the nervousness of like, hey, whether this person says yes or no, because to get a win, all you got to do is pick up the phone and make a call. As soon as you make a call, whether they said yes or no, doesn't matter. You already won. So that's what you focus on. And that's going to help the volatility. Because if it's constantly going up and down, emotionally, you're constantly going up and down. And whenever you're up, it's great. But whenever you go down, you're going to crash even harder. And it takes a lot of people out of business.